Welcome to Notesmatic. Let's go through a brief introduction to the company before we start weighing the strengths and weaknesses of Samsung Electronics. Samsung Electronics is a leading brand of smartphones. However, the company has a diversified product portfolio which also includes displays, semiconductors, and other products apart from smartphones. The Galaxy range of smartphones made by Samsung has been highly popular around the world. However, the company is also expected to bring more innovations in the near future. The company has divided its business into 5 leading segments based on product categories and generates a large part of its revenue from the smartphone segment and mainly the US market. Let's discuss the strengths of Samsung. It's a well-established brand. Samsung is one of the leading consumer electronics and smartphone brands in the world. Its products sell all over the world, and apart from industry-leading technology, the brand prides itself on the quality and unique design of its products. In the smartphone industry especially, Samsung has been able to build an industry-leading position for itself. Its fame worldwide grew manifold with its Galaxy smartphones. Diversified product portfolio. Founded in 1938, Samsung has diversified into several business segments and brought a large number of innovative products to the global market. Its extensive product portfolio is also an important factor that has driven its global success. The products made by Samsung include mobile phones and smartphones, television and audio, home appliances, camera, and computing, as well as semiconductors and other products. Based on the product category, the company has divided its business into 4 major segments including consumer electronics, IT and mobile communications, device solutions, and Harman. The device solutions category includes display panels and semiconductors. The largest product segment of Samsung based upon revenue is IT and mobile communications, followed by device solutions. Heavy investment in research and development. Samsung is one of the leading spenders on research and development in the global business industry. As the smartphone and semiconductor industries are experiencing higher competition, the company is making huge investments in research and development each year to maintain the demand for its products worldwide and to accelerate growth. In 2018, the company invested around 18.7 trillion Korean won in research and development, or more than $15 billion. Apart from smartphones and their features, the areas where Samsung invests in research and development include IoT, and 5G. Strong position in the US. Samsung is already in a strong position in the US, where Apple is the industry leader. However, while Samsung's market share is at around 25% and 20% during the last 2 quarters of 2019 in the US, it is poised to grow faster in the future according to sources. The arrival of 5G is going to benefit Samsung the most compared to its competitors. Smartphone users around the world are eagerly waiting for the 5G network to arrive. Moreover, 5G is expected to grow the demand of smartphones globally, since a large number of consumers have postponed their smartphone purchases until the arrival of 5G. Apart from 5G smartphones, Samsung also makes the chip and tower infrastructure for 5G. So, overall the situation is turning highly profitable for Samsung. The largest share in the smartphone industry. For around 8 years, Samsung has retained the largest market share in the smartphone industry. Mobile phones account for a large part of the company's net revenue. In 2017, the IT and mobile communications segment accounted for more than 40% of the company's net revenue. Samsung is the leading player in the smartphone industry. During the 4th quarter of 2019, it held an 18.8% market share in the smartphone industry. Global presence. Samsung is a global brand and has expanded its business worldwide to serve consumers around the world. The company has established 216 global bases across 74 countries. It has 52 sales offices around the world as well as 15 regional offices. Samsung has also established 37 production sites as well as 37 research and development centers and 7 design centers. In this way, it has established a large global business network. Apart from its physical distribution network that is spread worldwide, the company also uses online channels for sales and support. Samsung also has a global supply chain network that includes around 2,500 suppliers. Environment-friendly products. Samsung had started investing in making eco-friendly products long back in 2004. It focuses on minimizing the environmental impact of products starting from the product planning process to its final disposal. In 2004, the company adopted the eco-design process for a thorough analysis of the environmental impact of its products. Since then, the company has focused on making its products just as environment-friendly as they are efficient. Declining semiconductor sales. In 2019, the company is experiencing a decline in its semiconductor sales. Samsung's revenue from the sales of semiconductors declined by 19% in 2019 compared to the previous year. However, it is not just Samsung but the entire semiconductor industry has experienced a decline in revenue. According to a report by Gartner, semiconductor revenue worldwide declined by 11.9% in 2019, coming down to $418.3 billion. However, Samsung had maintained a leadership position in 2017 and 2018 and again lost it in 2019 to Intel. In 2019, the main reason behind the decline in the net revenue of Samsung was the decline in revenue across the semiconductor business segment. Dependent on the US economy, the United States is the leading market for Samsung products. Apart from smartphones, it is a leading market for other Samsung products as well. However, that also leaves Samsung dependent on the US economy to a very large extent, and any kind of economic instability or uncertainty in the US will have a severe impact on the overall market position of Samsung and its revenue. Shrinking market share in China. Samsung is the global uncontested leader in terms of smartphone sales. However, its position in the Chinese market is relatively weaker. Actually, the brand is not even close to the top in the China smartphone market. There it held a share of less than 1% in 2018. There was a slight growth in its market share during the first quarter of 2019, but it was still around 1% only. The local brands are performing relatively a lot better in the Chinese smartphone market. Huawei is the market leader in China with the highest market share of around 37% as of the second quarter of 2019. Huawei, Oppo, Vivo, and Xiaomi together hold an 85% market share in the Chinese smartphone market. China is strategically a very important market, and apart from the supply chain, it is also important from the sales point of view, where growth in market share could also help Samsung reduce its dependence on the US market. Over the years, Samsung has continued to lose market share in China. Its share in the Chinese smartphone market has come down from around 5% in 2016 to around 1% in 2019. Thanks for watching. Visit notesmatic.com for the complete SWOT analysis. Read many more useful notes, research and articles in business management and marketing.